I first noticed him when he appeared near my small roadside food stall, shivering and barefoot, his eyes wide and cautious. Most people would have walked past him, but something in his gaze made me pause. That first day, I handed him a warm plate of rice and lentils. He hesitated, then smiled shyly, whispering, "Thank you, ma'am." That simple word stayed with me. Days turned into weeks, and he came back every morning. I learned his name was Arjun. He didn't ask for money or complain about his life. He simply ate what I offered and left, leaving behind a little footprint of hope. Sometimes he would draw on the dirt nearby with a stick, and I would watch silently, curious about his quiet world. At first, my neighbors thought I was wasting my time. Why feed him every day? He won't remember you, they said. I didn't argue. I only thought of the warmth in his eyes when he ate, the relief in his shoulders, as if someone cared enough to notice. That was enough for me. One rainy afternoon, I made him an extra bowl of food, noticing he shivered more than usual. "Eat slowly," I said, handing him the plate. He looked up and nodded, cheeks pink from the cold. I thought, in that moment, that even a small act could feel like a shield against the world. I began saving small portions each day just for him. My stall didn't earn much, but I knew kindness doesn't ask for profit. Sometimes I imagined a future where he could laugh freely, where hunger didn't dictate his every morning. My neighbors still whispered, but their doubts no longer reached me. Then one day, as I was arranging vegetables, I heard the roar of engines. 4 black SUVs pulled up in a line, gleaming under the harsh sunlight. My heart skipped a beat. My hands trembled slightly, unsure whether to run or stand my ground. The doors opened, and people in crisp suits stepped out. I froze, thinking perhaps they were angry about something, maybe about my stall or my presence on the roadside. But the youngest among them, a woman with kind eyes, approached me first. She knelt down beside Arjun, who was standing hesitantly, as if unsure whether to trust these strangers. "Hello, Arjun," she said softly, holding out a hand. He looked at me, then back at her, confusion written all over his face. My chest tightened. The woman looked at me, her eyes glistening. "You've been feeding him all this time, haven't you?" she asked. My throat went dry. "Yes," I whispered, almost ashamed for being noticed, yet proud at the same time. Her voice shook slightly. "I'm his aunt. He's been lost for weeks. We didn't know where he went. He told us he met someone kind, and that someone was you." My knees weakened. My small acts of kindness, unnoticed for so long, had led to this moment. Arjun clung to my hand for a brief second, then looked up at me with trust one had never imagined. He didn't want to leave, but I knew his future needed more than my small stall. My heart ached, yet it swelled with pride. The family insisted on taking me for tea, thanking me profusely. They told stories of his home, of worries and sleepless nights they had endured searching for him. I listened quietly, imagining the lonely mornings I had shared with him at my stall. As I walked back to my stall later, I noticed something remarkable, a quiet satisfaction that money could never buy. The world had been cruel to a little boy, but a small corner of it had been gentle, and that gentleness mattered. That evening, I sat down and wrote in my small notebook, "Kindness is not measured by grandeur, but by constancy." Arjun's smile replayed in my mind, and I realized that even small gestures have ripples far beyond what we see. Weeks later, the aunt returned, bringing a small package. Inside was a note from Arjun. "Thank you for being my sunshine when the world was dark." I pressed it to my chest, tears falling freely. I had not expected anything in return, but even a word like this felt monumental. Months passed, and my stall continued as usual. Customers came and went, but my purpose had shifted. I realized that generosity is never wasted. The smallest acts can change the trajectory of a life, even if silently, even if unseen. One morning, I noticed a little drawing etched into the dirt where Arjun had played, a smiling sun above a plate of food. It was a reminder that our choices, no matter how humble, leave marks on hearts. I smiled, whispering, "You're always welcome here." And in that moment, I understood kindness is a quiet revolution, one plate, one smile, one heart at a time. It costs little, but the returns are endless. A lesson I would carry for the rest of my life.